Engel for his remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Excuse me. Thank you for calling this markup. This has been a busy week, Mr. Chairman, as we all wait to learn what the administration plans to do about the Iran deal. This morning, we've got two bipartisan measures before us, and that's no surprise because this committee is accustomed to working in a bipartisan way. We think that foreign policy should be bipartisan and that partisanship should stop at the river's edge. And that's the way we've conducted ourselves during these past 5 years. But apparently the administration doesn't agree. We learned through reporting that last evening the President's National Security Advisor, General McMaster, and Secretary of State Tillerson briefed Republican members on the administration's plans. Policy towards Iran is of the highest national importance. We must stand together to confront these threats, and frankly, partisan briefings simply do not help. So let's get this right and stop the political games that the administration is playing. If the reporting is accurate, the administration plans to decertify the deal and push for Congress to pass legislation to change parts of it. I'm not quite sure how that would work. Congress has a role to play in foreign policy, but we cannot pass a law to unilaterally change an international agreement. If the administration wants to change the nuclear deal, and I'd be the first to say there are areas which can be improved or strengthened. I want to remind everybody I voted against the deal 2 years ago. Then the administration needs to work with our allies and negotiate. We can do this. There's time before areas of the agreement sunset. Let's put our heads together with our friends in London, Paris, Berlin, and the EU, and see to it that all pathways to a bomb are cut off for Iran in perpetuity. But let's do it right. Don't blow up the agreement to save it. We'll come out worse in the end. If the administration needs certain authorities, that's where we have a job to do. But this talk of decertifying the agreement and kicking it to Congress for some sort of magical fix just doesn't make sense. I wish I had more clarity on what the White House plans to do, but White House apparently feels that Democratic members don't need any kind of briefings. I'm frankly irked that many of us are being kept in the dark. That said, I'm a co-sponsor of the ballistic missile legislation, and I plan to support it. I'm ready to work with Chairman Royce to pass more sanctions on Iran. But I'm more curious why the tough sanctions law the President signed in August hasn't been put to use yet. We hear a lot of talk from the White House, but so far the only action when it comes to Iran is this plan to decertify the deal. I agree with my friend, the Chairman. Let's enforce the hell out of the sanctions we have. So I'll support this bill, but I have a lot of questions about what the administration plans to do in the hours and days ahead. And again, I am concerned about legislating on Iran when only a few members have the full picture of what's about to happen. Next, I'm grateful to Reps. Shabbat and Sherman for their strong leadership on Taiwan, and in particular for introducing the Taiwan Travel Act. I'm a strong supporter of Taiwan. I visited there many times, including with the chairman, who has been a long-standing champion and highly regarded expert on Taiwan issues. Taiwan is a flourishing multi-party democracy of more than 20 million people and a vibrant free market economy. It's a leading trade partner of the United States, alongside much bigger countries like Brazil and India. Over the past 60 years, the U.S.-Taiwan relationship has undergone dramatic changes, and Taiwan's development into a robust and liberal democracy underscores the strong friendship our two countries share today. The cornerstone of our relationship is the Taiwan Relations Act, passed by Congress in 1979. It's been instrumental in maintaining peace and security across the Taiwan Straits and in East Asia, and serves as the official basis for friendship and cooperation between the United States and Taiwan. Congress has played a major role in defining what our bilateral relationship looks like. Given the possibility that the new administration may want to revisit regulations and guidance towards Taiwan, the Taiwan Travel Act is timely. This measure puts Congress on record saying the United States government should encourage more regular, substantive, and senior-level engagement between American and Taiwanese officials, and reaffirms that our policy should be to allow such visits to occur at all levels of government. This is the sort of engagement and support we would like to see for our close friends and partners in Taipei. That's why I support this measure, and all members to do the same. Again, Mr. Chairman, thank you for convening this markup, and I yield back.
Thank you, Mr.